Round 3, we're on the draw. We're going to keep this hand. So we get to, I guess, start it off with the Infiltrator. Wouldn't mind discarding this Fogwalker, upgrading it into a 3/2. I guess I could discard any of these, really. We do have the Spirit deck kind of going right now with this hand, though, don't we? All right. So I guess we'll do the Nebelgast Herald. And then we can actually do the Fogwalker if we want, if he plays something we want to tap down here. Keep tap down. Oh, well, that's a problem. Angler. Not too bad. Guess we can play that. Ah, so he's got a combat trick. I don't really have a means to play around combat tricks here. I think I have to block this. I mean, I could Fogwalker next turn. I feel as though I should probably just get the combat trick out of his hand, yeah. Like, it sucks, it's bad, but I don't know what to tell you. It's not good. If we draw a land, we can play a Stormrider Spirit. That's good. Otherwise, I can play the Fogwalker to keep the Creeper tapped down. Yeah, I guess we do that. All right. Well, no, I guess we keep the Spirit tapped down, don't we? All right. So keep this tap down, tap this down, swing for 2. Play a Creeper and pass. All right. Okay, so we can play the Stormrider Spirit. I don't mind trading a field creeper for a spirit token either. Alright, he just wants to trade those, keep his flyers. That's fine too. Alright. So he's got creature, artifact, instant, sorcery. So we are going to have to discard 2 cards at random. That means we play the Stormrider Spirit. It's actually the first time I've seen that card. I've seen that card played. I actually guess we tap a... Well, no, that doesn't make sense. That is the first time I've seen Whispers of Emrakul played, though. I'm not saying there's a bad thing about it. I'm just saying... I mean, it was certainly good there, and my opponent having the removal there was obviously good for them. And we draw a land, which is obviously bad for me. All right, this match got away from us. All it took was a Whispers and a boon. Multiple Whispers in his deck, too. All right, that's unexpected. I feel as though I should beat that, though, because it's not great. So we're going to have to... I'm sandbagging lands because we can already cast everything in our deck, and Advanced Stitchwing could come up at some point. Well, Dragoon, I guess we'll have to do for now. So I think we're going to block a Spirit token. Oh, that's a big threat. All right. Markov Crusader. Well, we do have another vampire, unfortunately. Well, we need the Crusader to be a surprise, so I guess we just swing with the Fogwalker here. So we have to chump block the Dusk Feaster. Jeez. Opponent really did have it all. No, they didn't really have it all. We just sort of didn't have enough. I mean, this is actually the first time I've seen Strange Augmentation, too, so we're losing against all sorts of cards I haven't seen come up before. I mean, I can live a turn. I don't think it matters. I think I'm actually better off not showing my... I mean, I can live. I don't know what... I guess I can live. This really does me no good. There's nothing I can draw now that gets me out of this, but I guess I'm more interested in seeing this play out. Yeah, we're pretty... I didn't think our deck was terrible, but, I mean, we are kind of losing against cards I'm not used to seeing here. Drew a relevant card here, but doesn't win us the game. All right, so we're losing against Whispers of Emrakul and Strange Augmentation, which is not a good sign. Not a good sign for our deck, for sure. Especially considering we have bounce effects, too. Jeez. So he has tokens, which once again makes our Infiltrator as bad as I kind of initially thought it was. Those 1/1s, yeah, the flyers are just going to be a problem. We just happen to have a lot of little toughness dudes. Even if I had the Tattered Haunters, it'd be a problem. So I probably bring in something else that I can't think of. Foul Blood, maybe. More potential beats. All right. Maybe, I mean, maybe I can admit I didn't build this deck right, or maybe this deck's not as bad as I think it is now, but it's just not performing well for us. It's really hard for me to kind of put my finger on the pulse of what exactly is wrong with this deck. Like, I knew this deck didn't have any bombs. That's always a problem. But this deck has card advantage. It has removal. It has evasion. It's got a very reasonable curve. It shouldn't flood out too often, because we at least have some mana sinks. Yeah, and we have all these card advantage cards, right? Like Drag Under, Fortune's Favor, Tamia's Journal. Yeah, I don't know. I have some serious concerns, though, like I said. If I'm getting hosed by Whispers of Emrakul and Strange Augmentation, then that is bad news bears. All right. Definitely can keep this hand. All right. Not thrilled about it. I think we play the Niblis. Not the Mangler just yet. All right. Opponent's living in Value Town. Opponent is living in Value Town. So let's mangle the Slayer. All right, we can drag under the Cathar, we can boon it. I think it makes more sense to do drag under. And we're going to have to keep our Niblis back, I think. Although, maybe I do need to trade 3 for 2 damage at the moment. Gargoyle's nice too. All right. So obviously making the trade, get a little damage protection in there. Fortune's favor. I think for now we can boon the flyer and then keep beating with the Niblis here. Ideally rip a land and then Stormrider Spirit. Currently opponent's got just 2 card types. It lists my card types. I'm not exactly sure why it stopped listing my opponent's card types. It's kind of a weird weird thing there. Alright, so I guess we're storm riding some spirits here. If the Harvest Hand dies, he only has 3 card types. But I guess I do have to worry about his Thinger, whatever the Thinger's called. I've only played it 1,000 times. Strength of Arms. But just have to worry about that when it comes up. I think our best path to victory is hoping he doesn't have it and Stormrider Spirit. I mean, I've got him on a 2-turn clock. Can I beat him? Can I beat him if he does have Strength of Arms and I don't block? I take 6 here. He probably has a follow-up play. And then I got to play Dragoon. I would take 4 here. I go to 5. I have to attack him next turn. Down to 4 with the Drag under. And then I can block with the Dragoon, but I'm at 5. I probably have to block. It just seems so likely if he doesn't have Strength of Arms, he probably has another creature. So it seems so incorrect to not do that there. All right, well, the good news is we can cope with that. Well, that's a good way to cope with it too. Yeah, and this actually is kind of perfect. Guess I might as well hold the land in case he Whispers of Emrakul or something. So if I sleep paralysis a token, this gets buffed. He's at 6 though. We gotta take it. Alright, hit our land, so glad we sandbagged that. Let's see here. Swing with everything. And then if he single blocks the Niblis, I can still play around Strength of Arms. We know the last card in his hand is, yeah. So let's just swing with everything. We're gonna Fortune's Favor, I think. Can I play around Strength of Arms? He blocks Niblis. How do I play around Strength of Arms? So to play around Strength of Arms, did I need to pre-combat a sleep paralysis? Probably. Oh, well, okay. If he's double blocking, then I'll Fortune's Favor. All right, Foul Bloods and a land versus 2 unknowns. I don't mind taking this. It is a menace creature. I can't play it anyway. Obviously, I don't need a land. So, do I think the 2 unknowns are better than a 4/3 menace? They could be. You know what? Let's go pile 2. I'm curious. All right, we got Collective Brutality, so I'm glad that I went with my instinct there. So what does that mean I can do? I can play the Collective Brutality, kill Harvest Hand, and drain my opponent for 2. Let's do that. All right, he conceded. Okay. Well, some of our bounce effects, some of the creatures in his deck, bounce effects aren't going to be good for, like Ironclad Slayer, but like Dusk Feaster, especially when he's paying full price. He's got a lot of Delirium, a need for Delirium. We don't have a way to turn off his Delirium either, at all. We can mutation his guys. I don't know if I keep suggesting this, but it just doesn't seem like it's what I'm supposed to be playing. Not when I can bounce something and draw instead, or I mean, maybe I'm supposed to be doing it over Unsubstantiate, but Unsubstantiate deals with things at instant speed and spells, which I think is just better. Did I see more 1-power guys? I think solely because of, basically, just because of Spectral Reserves, I really don't want to play the Wharf Infiltrator. And I don't know if that's right or wrong, but that's kind of what I'm feeling. I can cut the Scarecrow, although it does block. He's got some ground guys in there. He's got flyers too, though. It's not like I have more flyers, so maybe I am still supposed to stick it out with this Scarecrow. Like I said, it helps with the Angler. I wouldn't mind having another threat, since Scarecrow is basically leaving us with a 13 creature deck. Like, I can run Cultist instead. It does trade and draw. That probably is better. Like, granted, I only have 2 guys now to flip my Angler, but for some reason I'm less than concerned about that. 2 color decks with Scarecrow, probably a little bit less good. Scarecrow is good value regardless, but I guess I'm just looking for better value. Something I can beat down, trade, and draw. I don't know. Maybe it's better. All right, this hand's obviously not great, but we got to keep it. We don't have to keep it. I am going to keep it, though. If we can rip spells, this hand's very good because we can at least play these 2 spells. If we rip more lands, obviously it's very bad. But these are always the high... These are the high-risk, high-reward hands that I think you have to keep. And I bet Travis would agree. All right, off to a bad start, obviously. All right, there you go. There's a draw we needed. All right. All right, I think we're going to start getting with Dragoon here because I may have to start racing, and I've got excess lands, and it helps with Delirium. And I don't really want to block a Harvest Hand. And I can't really block a Steadfast Cathar, so might as well at least try and keep pace with our opponent's attacks here. Ah, Spectre Reserves, that's what we didn't want to see. Gargoyle, okay, so can't do that. Can't really do this, can't do that. Guess we play this and pass, and likely going to make the trade with the Harvest Hand now, though I don't like it. I'll jump a Dragoon to block a Spirit, and I'll block a Niblis on a Harvest Hand. Because, once again, I've got excess lands, so why not? Well. If he has Strength of Arms now, I'm in pretty serious trouble. Although, well, do I make him have it? That's tough. Like, if he has it now, he's not going to have it for the Stormrider Spirit. I definitely need to make some sort of block here. What's the optimal one? The Niblis just not going to be able to get by the Spirit, so it feels like I should block Niblis on Harvest Hand, but once he equips this, then I can't really comfortably kill it without losing my Stormrider Spirit. So it might be that I have to double block the Steadfast Cathar with Niblis and Dragoon and hope that he doesn't have... Yeah, I guess I'm going to do that. So if he has Strength of Arms, we're in some trouble. If he doesn't, then good for us. Because like I said, the problem is he equips that, then it's a 3/4 menace attacker, and my Stormrider Spirit can't do anything about that. This way, Stormrider Spirit can do something, and we can build towards this Gargoyle. Sorry for all the long delay. My opponent, I don't know, they must be preoccupied or something. There's a lot of downtime in between every play. Alright, looks like opponent's going to kill our Dragoon. It's okay with me. Well, I think that's the test of did our opponent have a Strength of Arms, in my opinion. I mean, that was... maybe they thought I had something that could deal with it. I'm not sure. Oh, well, here's a bunch of cards I wasn't expecting to see. Field Creeper. All right. So let's pass. So the problem with the Stromkirk Condemned is that he can discard a card to make it a 3/3, which is going to be a problem. The good news is that we have the Stormrider Spirit, which is a good surprise blocker. But if we get Whispers, once again, I can't really risk discarding it. It's a 33.3 repeating chance that I discard it, so I'm going to play it. Having a 3/3 right now is a little bit too valuable. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do about that Stromkirk Condemned. I don't have a good block for it. All right, so Spirit's going to come in. And to be honest, I don't really want to block either of these. Can block a Spirit, but even that doesn't do me a wealth of good. I don't know what to do about this. At least he doesn't have any humans, but he can make this a 3/4, or this a 3/3 that can become a 4/4. That also is a problem. Guess I do eat the Harvest Hand. Although, yeah, I gotta deal with the... Well, I'm gonna be able to deal with the Flyers. I guess I gotta... Although, what do I do about this guy if he becomes a 3/4? I don't know. I mean, at least he's far enough away from Delirium I don't have to worry about that yet, but What about this guy? Like, that's not good for us either. I don't know. There's a lot of things that are kind of bad for us here. Dawn Griff. Okay. All right. Well, actually, I guess we need to flip the gargoyle now. Well, that's not the optimal one, I guess. Well, that's a good draw. All right. So we can get our prowess on. I guess for that reason, I want to... Huh. Guess I should chill a turn here. Well, let's play the field creeper, I guess. I still have to actively try and avoid the whispers, but it only makes us discard one hand, or one card rather, so I guess that's okay. So I think I'm actually going to block with the Niblis plus the field creeper. So the field creeper's not doing much here anyway, and this can at least get that off the board and leave me with my flyers. I can actually Fortune's Favor first, although I can't play anything, but it could change my blocking decisions. Like if he has Whispers, I was going to cast Fortune's Favor anyway, so I don't think it really makes a difference. Basically, my plan was going to be block and then do it, but at least this way I can see how I want to block. Like maybe I just want to chump with the field creeper and keep my Niblis. Not super likely, but I guess it depends on the information we get here. I guess the problem is my opponent knows what's coming, so maybe it is just better to do it at the end of my opponent's turn. That could be true. But it's important information for me, too. So it's important information for both of us. Wow. Grizzled Angler and Mutation? What are the cards on the other side? I think we're actually going to take pile 1 here. I'd love to see what pile 2 was. Drag Under and Stitch Mangler. Well, I think I'd rather have the Mutation on this board. Pretty clearly. And now I guess I can chump with Field Creeper. I don't have to lose my Niblis now. Do I want to lose the Niblis? Taking care of this thing, I'm still not going to be able to deal with a 4/4 very effectively. All right, I guess that we do it. Thing is, he doesn't have to discard. But at the same time, I want the Field Creeper in the graveyard because of Angler anyway, I guess. So I can at least force my opponent to attack. Although he can't attack with the Geist. Well, he didn't have to discard there, but I'm glad he did. So would I rather have a drag under and a stitched mangler? You know, I don't think I would. I think I actually ended up making the optimal choice there. I mean, granted, my opponent knows mutation's coming, but not exactly sure how much that matters. All right, we're definitely sandbagging the lands. So the thing is, I can flip. I can flip the angler and then force my opponent to attack, which is nice. So I guess we sandbag the Fogwalker for that reason too. So we pass again. Although, I see. The problem now is I can't cast mutation if I think I gotta wait another turn. Well, that's a little bit tough, isn't it? Maybe not. It actually might just be flip the angler and then start attacking with the angler. Like I don't have to force my opponents to attack. Yeah, that's actually probably a good plan. Let's go sleep paralysis. He's got land. He doesn't have delirium yet, too, which is nice. So, I mean, I guess he can move this to a spirit and attack with it. But I feel like he's kind of incentivized to block here. Maybe he's not. All right. Well, we're going to take the bait. Oh, he had a silver strike. Okay. Well, we got 2 for 1, unfortunately. Does he have this online? Let's see. Creature. Oh, he can attack with it now. Okay. Well. All right. And he makes this discard. Guess we take 3. Maybe I should have just played it chill in retrospect. Well, that's a good draw. So we can attack with both and then boon his Slayer. Yeah, we got to boon the Slayer because of this, so we'll swing with both. I don't think he's going to block anyway. He's got no cards in hand. I guess that's good. Well, it was a close game. I didn't want to lose like that, but we did. And it came down to 14 seconds left for our opponent and a top deck. So all that is a bit frustrating, but it happens. I just wish I didn't have to take, you know, it didn't have to take, let's see, 25 plus 25. I just wish it didn't have to take 45 minutes for this to happen. Like this, where it comes to the top of his deck and he's got 12 seconds left and then he top decks a way to beat me. So that's disappointing, but like, I guess, I don't know what to say. Overall, obviously wasn't super happy with the deck. I think my opponent made a few loose plays there too. Maybe I did as well, but no, it's more like the card choices. Like, I still don't really like Whispers. It's okay, I guess, but not really that great. And Strange Augmentation, the fact that I just lost to it's kind of disappointing, especially since, as I said like 15 times during this match, I think we're just really well matched against auras when you've got double drag under and unsubstantiate, but I just lost against it. So, as well as Sleep Paralysis, as well as Nebelgast Herald. So yeah, we just had a lot of means to deal with auras, so it's disappointing to lose against them. Yeah, not super happy with how this draft went, obviously, especially since I needed this game to get any sort of prizes. So I get 0 prizes, and it just came down to the last card and the last few seconds of the game. So it's a frustrating way to lose, definitely. But Magic is a frustrating game at times, so you have to learn to play through it, accept it, and keep playing, keep grinding away, and do better. That's all I can ask for. All right. Hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully I can... still pretty unimpressed with blue-black in general. Maybe this build was just bad. It doesn't look bad, though. It really doesn't look bad. I just can't put my finger on what's wrong with it. I'm sure there'll be plenty of comments about what's terrible about it, but I just can't put my finger on what it is. Something does seem off. But blue-black was really never good in Shadows over Innistrad, so this was more of an experiment to see if maybe it got a little bit better with Eldritch Moon, but obviously it performed pretty poorly here overall, so maybe it's just as bad as it ever was. It's hard to say. Sample size still too small. All right, thanks for tuning in, folks. We'll be back for another one soon.